Okay. Oh, I have a lot of things. Let's see if this is the right one. Hmm. Okay. You guys see my flowers? All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, you guys. So it is the 1 week of February is gone, and we know February is short. So that's always something to keep in mind. Let's start with some celebration tonight. So we have our Queen of Faces. Amy Croft has been the Queen of Faces 2 weeks in a row. And so, yay, Amy. Woohoo, Amy. She's also the Queen of Bookings. Amy had a party yesterday, I think, with 8 people. And so she's committed to the kit and commit, booking 8 to hold 5. Erin Hildebrand, Queen of Sales this week, so congratulations. We have a big open spot on the Queen of Shares. So we are going to talk about that, sharing some information about the biz. So, but congratulations to Amy and Erin, our queens for the week. Way to go, ladies. All right. Well, just a reminder, you guys, every week I send you a reminder text about the meeting. It comes out Sunday afternoon, evening, and there's always a link. And the link is to this Google form. And this is where you let me know your faces for the week, your sales for the week, your shares for the week, and your bookings. And all of this comes into one spot. What's so important about this for your people is that every month I am doing a drawing for dollars that you can give to your guest. What I'm gonna do, so I had a guest that won last month, $40, and I'm giving her $40 in Mary Kay. So let's say you have a guest that wins and our drawing for that month is $50. I'm going to send you $50. You can decide, are you going to give that to her as Mary Kay credit? I think that's a wise thing to do to let somebody know you've got $50 to spend on Mary Kay, and then you can use that to order her product. But the way that your guests get into that drawing is by putting their names in this Google form. It's all in one spot. It has to be in one spot because it would get lost if we communicated in 12,000 different ways. But this link will always be the same and it will always come to you on Sundays. So you just click it, put your people's names, and then they'll go into the monthly drawing. And then this is how I know who our queens are for the week. So it's just a little Google form. Get it in your text message. Just click on over and fill it out. All right. Well, ladies, oh my goodness, it is spring product launch week. Woo! Tomorrow, the 10th, if you were a star consultant last quarter or you sent catalogs to your customers, you can order tomorrow. New lip glosses, the After Sun replenishing gel, the bronzer, the hydrating cream mask, and the citrus and shea bundle. And when we get done with announcements, I'll give you a chance to ask any questions. Last week we did a deep dive into all of the products and I shared a little more information. They're all fantastic, but we can do some Q&A after announcements. On 2 weeks from now, we are doing our quarterly Lookbook Live. This is our scavenger hunt we do with your guests. They can use the actual catalog that comes in the mail, or you can send them the link to the e-catalog. And based on our last Lookbook Lives, people with the e-catalogs, they find the clues faster than with the paper catalogs. So it might be kind of a fun way to introduce the e-catalog to some of your people, even if they've got the paper, to let them know about the two options. I like both. I like people to have paper because it's fun to get this in the mail. But then the e-catalog is great because that they've got right on their phone. So you can send it via a text message. So they're sitting in line waiting to pick up their kids, or they're standing in a long Costco line or whatever line they might be in. They can click that open and click through. It's just great to have two different options. Okay. This is a great week to reach out to your customers to let them know to keep their eyes open for this catalog. I have not received mine yet. So if you've sent these to your customers, you will get one too. So that's when you always know. But I always like to just put a little, I put a picture in our Voxer group that you can use to pop out to people to say, keep your eyes open for this. And what's so fun about this catalog is it's so bright and colorful and you can't miss it. I'll show you again whenever we stop with announcements. Okay. All right. Well, we are in the last 6 months of the year, and we've got a Rise and Radiate challenge, which means every month you place a 600 between January and June. As they accumulate, you're going to earn different things. So last month in January, we had Hallie, we had Tina, our new team member, and Aaron Hildebrand and myself hit it last month. So that means we're on target for the biggest thing that you can earn, which is this adorable gold bag, a sash, and on-stage recognition at seminar. No worries, if you didn't hit last month, you can still hit the last 5 months of the year. You get a sash, you will be recognized at seminar, and you will be on track for star consultant status. So this is happening from now through the end of the seminar year. It's called Rise and Radiate. What I have always said about having that goal of that 600 a month is that when you start team building and you have people on your team, you will be paid a higher commission when you personally hit that 600. So I always like people to just have it in your brain. 600 is like the minimum you want to shoot for every month. So you're making the most of this. It also puts you on target to earn your star prizes and star referrals from the company. So many good reasons to keep that 6 in your brain. All right. Well, spring conference. We've got 2 conferences that people are attending. We've got the Kansas City Conference, March 20th and 21st. I just was on a director meeting with Jill today, and oh my gosh, she's so amazing and so wonderful and puts on such a great conference. We've got this in Kansas City that I know Faith and Aaron are planning on going to, and a couple of other people are considering. And then on a week later, there is the event in Kansas City, which also is led by some incredible national sales directors and retired national sales directors. They're both incredible events and will be like the shot in your arm that you didn't know you needed. Like I always, when I go to a company event like this, I'm always like, I'm doing pretty good. And then I sit there and I hear a new idea that I would have never thought of ever on my own. Never, even though I've been in Mary Kay for 22 years, it's a new thought, it's a new look, it's a new perspective, it's encouragement, it's inspiration. We'll hear from people that you go, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that they're doing this and they have all of this going on. It's so, so, so good. So I know Lynn and Dawn are looking at going to the Cincinnati event. So I can't wait to learn from each other. It's going to be amazing to share notes when we're all back home. All right. And then seminar, August 14th through the 16th. It's in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a little bit shorter than it has been in the past. And you will want to plan on arriving the afternoon or evening of the 13th. We will hit the ground running on the 14th. So it'll be all day the 14th, all day the 15th, and then home on the 16th. And it's a weekend for us. So it's a little bit later. And ladies, the reason it's later than normal is because we have had to change cities. This is not going to be a regular thing that it will be this late in the summer every year. Usually it's in July, like mid-July to early August. So just know that this is not a forever change. We are figuring things out. Aaron Moore, yes.
Is it going to be 4 separate seminars? So will it just be Sapphire or will we be combining again?
Nope, just Sapphire. Yep,
Good.
yep, yes. Yes. So we will, yes. Good question, Erin. Thank you. And Fort Worth is really cool. We were there for leadership a few years ago. I'd never been to Fort Worth. I thought like it's Dallas, but it's a totally different city and it's really cool. So I'm very excited to go to Fort Worth. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There you go. All right. Do I have everything? Yes. Okay. those are all the things that I wanted to share with you. I want to, um, I want to ask you guys, what questions do you have about new product before we get into any other nuts and bolts tonight? What questions do you have about any of the new product? We've got the hydrating cream mask, which is a no rinse mask. It is a brand new mask. It does the opposite of what our last moisturizing gel mask did. That mask took things out of your skin and removed impurities. This is like the way they described it to us at leadership was like, when you make a turkey at Thanksgiving, you like baste it and put all the good stuff and you put it in a bag and it like holds all the moisture in. This is the bag. This is like your turkey bag. And I have had several people that have tested this for me. One was a customer that such dry skin using the repair line, such dry skin. And I said, well, let's give this a whirl. The way she's used it is washed her face, done all the things, put on her moisturizer, like her night cream. This goes on over the top of it before she goes to bed. You can put it on right under your makeup in the morning if you want to do it morning and night. You can use it as a thick layer before you go to bed as like a mask that's just soaking in. And so the reason we call it a mask is because it's a more intense treatment. Okay, that's why we're calling it a mask, but it is a no wipe mask. You can use it on your hands, you can use it on your elbows, you can use it anywhere you are extra dry. But it is really fantastic. And I was grateful for the extra explanation at leadership because when I first got it, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And so your customers may wonder about this too. But lots of dryness happening right now in the world because of winter, right? Do you guys have any questions about this? About the moisture hydrating
Is
cream?
that going to be permanent line? It's not going to be limited edition?
It is, yep, it is regular line and the
Cool.
gel mask is being discontinued. So if you love the gel mask and you have customers, you want to let them know and you want to like say it's discontinued. How many do you want on your shelf? Because I can get them now, but I don't know how long I'll be able to get them. But it is a very different product. Like it's a great product, but it is a different product. Yes, Faith.
How does makeup go on over it?
Oh my goodness. It just glides like so you would be an interesting person because if you're more oily, right? So
Yeah.
I have not had an oily person try it for me. So
Okay.
that is to be determined. But it just like for my skin that is getting more dry as I get older, it like plumps and makes it just like not that you have a fat face, but it like you know what I mean like you're like, you're like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory girl, like blueberry girl.
Veruca salt.
Not like her. You're not like her. It gives you a glow and like a healthy, like it just and smooth. So that's what I'm finding with it before makeup. Yeah. Okay. Any other lip gloss colors tonight? I have on beige nude lip liner all over, and this lip color, which is called, it's funny. It's got a funny name because I don't think the name makes sense. It is called Rose Noir. I don't know why that's rose, but that's what it's called. But I kind of like it, kind of a neutral. And then you've got cherry red, and then you've got lilac love. So all very fun and pretty, but they're the same lip gloss line. So these are such good test panel. Like these are you guys if when these get out, what you want for sure is to make sure you've got at least one of each of these because these are your booking tools for the next through spring. These are your booking tools to let people know this is how I've been getting my bookings. I have two bookings tomorrow. I have a 5 o'clock somewhere and I'm heading home and somebody's coming to my house. I have asked them, we have new spring product coming out and I need to get people's opinion. Can I borrow your face and your opinion? Can I borrow your face and your opinion? And they go, sure. And then I say, do you have a friend or two that also would let me borrow their face and their opinion? Yeah, you know what? My mom could probably come over after work. Great. And my neighbor. Great. So that is how you book a party with these products. It's so simple. Can I borrow your face and your opinion? And then once it's booked, you uh, let them know, do you have anybody else that could share their face and their opinion? So I let them know when I get together with them, we're going to do a quick skincare facial. I walk them through the Miracle Set. So their skin is all ready to go. These products are all like these are perfect to do the Miracle Set first because you're going to want this mask over the top of the moisturizer to see what they think. Lip glosses, you can do, I mean, they're going to have a clean face. They can put lip gloss on. I'll bring some CC cream for them to put on because the other thing I'm going to have them test are bronzers. Everybody, you guys, I forget how much I love bronzers until I put them on my face. It's February and we all need some bronzers. I just before sitting down here to come on meeting, I'm like, oh, I'm going to put on some bronzer. And I'm like, look at me coming alive because of the bronzer. So you've got bronzers and then you've got the after sun replenishing gel. This you can carry around with you. You can have people put on the back of their hand. But does that make sense that this is our booking tool right here? The bronzers, the gel mask, the lip gloss. I need to borrow your face and your opinion. So, are we good? Any other questions on that? Okay. Okay. Well, I am going to, we have a 10-minute Boss Babe training tonight from National Sales Director Brittany Jenks. Before I show that, I want to find out, I want to celebrate, I want to have everybody share what went well this week in your business. And it can be anything that you think went well. So it could be that you tried a new product or you got a order while you're on vacation. I want to do some celebrating on what went well in your businesses this week in Mary Kay. And I want everybody to think of at least one thing. We'll have everybody share. So who would like to start? Something that went well this week in your business. Go ahead, Lynn.
So last week, our school had a super SOUPER bowl thing for the staff, and I didn't have time to make anything. So I ordered some vegetable soup from our local Coney Island right by my credit union, picked it up, and when I walked in, I was like 15 minutes late from when I said I was going to be picking it up because my credit card got hacked. So I said, I'm sorry I'm late. And I said, I'm Lynn Bauer to pick up the soup. And she goes, oh, okay, it's right here. And I said, my credit card got hacked, so I had to go into the credit union this morning to get it taken care of before I go to work. And she goes, oh, that's sad. She goes, do you get, what do you, and I said, well, I sell Mary Kay. She goes, oh, I used to sell it. And I said, oh, you did? Why'd you stop? She goes, it was during the pandemic, and I just quit because everything went back to normal. And she says, but I'm out of that hand cream. Maybe I'll order some hand cream from you. And I said, well, write down your name and number because I was fumbling for my pad of stuff, but I didn't have time to give it to her. So I said, and I work right my church is right behind here. And I says, I'm going to do a test panel soon. She goes, oh, okay, great. So she wrote down her name and number, and that was my win for this week.
Woohoo! I love it. It's so fun when a win happens when you're just like you just opened your mouth when you were doing something else. It's what happens. Mary Kay just goes and gets in our pocket and goes with us wherever we go. That's awesome, Lynn. Congratulations. Fantastic. All right. What's another win? What went well this week? Something that went well. Yeah, Erin?
So, I was in the parking lot at the Grand Canyon, and I have that little pink sticker on my car, the back of my window that says Mary Kay.
Mhm.
And we were putting on our hat and gloves, and we were getting all ready. And I shut the door, and this woman was standing there. She's kind of looking at me, and I said, "Oh, hey," I was being friendly. And then, and I always joke because Travis was talking too, and I call that Vacation Travis because he doesn't usually just talk to people, strangers. Okay, so Vacation Travis was talking, and then I said hi. And then, anyway, she said, "Oh, do you do Mary Kay?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, I don't have a consultant anymore, but I really would like to try the black eyeliner." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Do not have anything with me." And she goes, "Oh, that's okay." And she goes, "Well, if I'm going to pay for shipping anyway," she said, "why don't I take an eye makeup remover and a mascara too?" And I said, "Well, we have some new mascaras since you've probably bought some." And she said, "Well, what do you have on?" And I said, "I had the Great Heights." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll try that." So there you go.
I love it.
There,
That's
I
candy.
mean, and then one of my other customers messaged me while I was gone, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to put in an order on the 10th, and I'll order you what you want then." So, yeah, you can be on vacation and still do your job.
It's so fun when that happens. You're like,
Hmm.
okay, I just bought lunch on the,
Didn't you tell me that happened to you, like at Disney World or something?
oh
You were
gosh.
standing in line for a roller coaster or something, and the lady in front of you, and you're like, "Hey, just put your stuff in my phone."
You know what? It wasn't somebody there. It was somebody that ordered off of my website. And it was, so this was, gosh, the kids were little. And
Oh.
I don't know if I don't know why, if I have no idea how, if I got a notification or how it worked, but it was standing in line at Disney. And, we just spent a lot of money to go to Disney with our kids for 5 days, whatever we did. And I was like, how cool is this that I just made money standing in line at Disney with somebody ordering off my website? It is. It's just, it's not, you're like, everybody needs a Mary Kay business in their back pocket. Like, seriously, an extra 30 bucks. And now it's so easy to have it in your back pocket, right? Like,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's why everybody needs to know about it. So that's a great story, Erin, and a great thing to share with people on
Yeah, and
why
I
you have
think
a Mary Kay business.
like she wouldn't have known that. I mean, I had on a pink sweatshirt, but like it didn't say Mary Kay. She wouldn't have known that unless I had that little pink sticker. So with my Cricut, I just made that little
Yeah.
cursive Mary Kay in pink and I put it on my window.
Yes.
And I think that's the third time someone has seen that and said something to me about it. So, and one
Yeah.
of the ladies at work, she's like, "Oh, do you do Mary Kay?" I said, she's like, "I didn't know that." So
Mhm.
anyway, there you go.
I love it.
So get yourself a little sticker.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? It reminds us that if we've got anything Mary Kay, that like shirts or whatever, when we're out and about, like put on our little jacket or put on our shirt or put on our whatever it is to remind, or your Mary Kay pin. Like that is old school Mary Kay. Like put your little pin on. You can wear your pin anywhere you go. And we always used to tell people turn it upside down because women are fixers and they'll like go, "Oh, can I turn your pin right side up?" And you go, "Oh, well, yes, you can." And are you familiar with Mary Kay? So that's a really easy thing because there are lots of Mary Kay orphans right now in the world. There are a lot of Mary Kay orphans. So, and a lot of people that don't realize how easy it is to bring in an extra 50 bucks in their pocket every month. Like, really, you guys, it's just it's so good. I love that. What a great Grand Canyon story. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, Faith, go ahead.
So I have two wins that I would like to share if that's okay.
Yeah.
Number one, that I'm here tonight.
Woo!
I showed up to go up. So that's good.
It
And
is
it
good.
feels
We
good to
missed you,
be, it
Faith.
feels good to be present.
Yeah.
And then my other win is that I decided on Friday that I want to sell $100 a day until February 15th to have enough money on hand, enough profit on hand to pay a bill that should be taken care of in another way. But in case the person who's supposed to fundraise it doesn't get their fundraising done, I want to make sure we can still pay the bill and not be embarrassed in front of lots of people. So my daughter is going on a trip and she has not sent her support letter yet. So she's working on, I'm confident that she's there. So, but I want to have the money just in case. And I have a place where that money is going to go if when she raises her own stinking money. So that's great. And and I so I've sold $302 in the last 3 days. Today is day 4, and I have 2 orders that are not finished yet. I'm going to call them when we're done with our meeting here to hit today's 100. So we're going well.
I love it. Faith, how are you selling $100 a day? What are you doing?
Calling customers.
Okay.
So starting with my birthday people, because they get it 20% off. And then I have 2 things in the works because these were like the easy front loader ones. Like we all have a couple people we could probably call who need something right away. So that's what I started with to jumpstart me
Yeah.
back into sort of getting regular into my work. But I have an email going out because I'm concerned that some of my customers can't find my new website. So I have an email and excuse me, text message going out to my customers to say, hey, I'm curious if you've been able to see the new website yet. I am still testing it with some people and getting used to it myself. So if you could jump on and let me know that you see my face, then I'll know I did this right
Mm.
and make sure that they're on. And then when they say, hey, I got you, I'm with you, I'm like, awesome. If you need anything, I would love a couple test orders to go through. So we'll put some of those through. And then additionally, I am doing a little bit, and this is more for me than for selling. I know that for selling, reaching out to people personally is the absolute best way to get a sale. But to feed my creativity and to get in front of some of my people again in social media where they're used to seeing me, I am doing
Do you have a fun name?
5K a day is what I'm doing. I'm on my treadmill 5K a
Oh,
day.
okay.
I have not worked out in years, but while I'm there, I'm doing a product description. So I filmed my first one today and I was walking 5K and I told everyone I have like just a little update on me and what's been going on and why you haven't heard from me as much as you used to, and let them know that in order to pull myself back together, because my people are all good, I've made sure of that, but myself has gotten a little lost. And so to pull myself back together, I'm doing 5K a day on my new treadmill, which I couldn't get it to start. So we have some it's going to be a cute video, but 5K a day on the treadmill. And while I'm on the treadmill, I'm sharing one product with them. Then I'm responsible to them to get them product information. And that's helping me be accountable to taking care of myself and making sure that I'm doing the things that bring me joy outside of caring for the 50 gajillion people that all need us as employees and wives and mothers and et cetera, and all of our other things. So I'm doing social media posts. They haven't started yet, but they will be 5K a day with Faith, um, and skincare and cosmetics insights as I suffer on the treadmill. But I think my folks are going to think that's hilarious
Yeah.
and make fun of me a little bit and buy stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. And then as to help me on my journey, I said it takes me an hour to do a 5K, right? Because I'm not in great shape, but I'm like, it takes me that's 3.1 miles a day.
Oh,
So I'm like, this is a lot of time on a treadmill. I need something to think about. So give me all your hardest answers for your skin, for your makeup. What do you need to know? And I will bring you short little snippets on my journey back to myself.
yeah.
So
So
you're not talking the whole time you're on the treadmill, right?
I filmed a 20-minute solid video today. It's not being posted as 20 minutes. I'm going to
Okay.
edit down the snippets to get like a 2 minute splice up front, and then and that's it. It's probably gonna be end up be 2 minutes. No, yeah, no. So I did for an hour. It's not a live. It's something I'm gonna edit down the and some of it's really funny. I'm like, I'm doing I'm gonna start a journey, and I push the button like the treadmill was gonna it didn't go anywhere. I'm like, that was supposed to be dramatic. That was supposed to be like my aha moment, and it didn't work. So it'll be just it's just going to be me, and it's going to be annoying to some people, and I know that because like I don't care about most people's journeys. Like good for you. Good. You're having a moment. Good for you. That's this one's mine.
Yeah.
And if they care, they'll watch. And if no one watches, I'm doing a 5K a day and talking about products,
Yeah.
which are two great habits that will serve me in other areas. But I know that there's a lot of women that are, not feeling like they're on their game right now, who actually might resonate, might learn something, might laugh at me, might use me as inspiration,
Oh,
or just might go skip, whatever, skip, good, have your moment. I don't know,
yeah.
but I'm,
Well, Faith,
yeah,
what I love about it, I love it so much. So, you guys, this is what's so fun about our businesses. We get to be our own boss. And so what I love about what Faith is doing is she knows it brings her joy. And that you guys, we got to do more of what brings us joy because I want to hang around joyful people. And if I'm not joyful, I'm not gonna, joyful people aren't gonna want to be in my space. Right? So find what brings you joy in your business and do more of it. So this brings Faith joy. I love that you're connecting it with something else. Like I love the idea of like having the same view all the time. So that's really helpful social media wise for people to go, oh, it's Faith on her treadmill. What's Faith doing today? And so this doesn't mean we all need to get on our treadmill and do our 5K every day, but I hope it encourages all of us to think, what does bring me joy? What joyful thing could I share in my, maybe you don't want to go, you can go in your Facebook group, wherever you want to do it. But that, you guys, what brings you joy is will draw people to you and you're gonna have more energy. So that Faith, I can't wait to hear about the ripple effect of number one, your physical movement, how that's gonna give you energy, but the energy you're gonna get from doing these things that bring you joy for your business. Like
yeah.
it's gonna spill over into other things.
So
I know it.
for anyone who's thinking about, okay, social media, maybe I should try something. I do want to be clear though, in my experience, these sorts of fun social media things do not equal more sales
Right.
immediately.
Right.
For me, it equals enjoying my business and accountability on something I want to do. And then second, it keeps me memorable in people's minds for down the road. Maybe someone's like, oh yeah, she sells Mary Kay. They'll reach out to me, probably not to buy something, but to ask a question, which then I will need to turn into a sale.
Mhm.
So most of my social media does not turn into money made. It turns into connections with people that I can develop into sales. When I want to do $100 a day, I don't post something on social media and expect anyone to shop.
Yep.
That's for me, that's for fun, that's to connect with people. For my sales, I pick up a phone and I call somebody.
Yep.
So that just the two
Yes.
little,
Yes.
not the same thing.
Right. And that, you guys, that what Faith just said is really so important for all of us to keep in our brains, especially as we see other people on social media in Mary Kay. A lot of times we can think, and especially if they're successful, because there are some people that are doing really fun, creative things with their social media and they're very successful. Faith is 100% right. They are not getting millions of sales and recruits because of that post. They're making connections with people that then they book an appointment with them and they share product with them and they build a trusting relationship with them and then they share the opportunity with them. So it is a place to start building relationships and connections, but it is a not truth to think that you need to do that, or if you do that, then you will be the top of Mary Kay. Um, the other thing that's freeing about that, you guys, is you don't have to do that to be successful in Mary Kay. There are lots of people that's not their jam. They're not gonna do a tutorial. They're not gonna do any of that. It's not their thing, and they know it, and it doesn't bring them joy. But they're very successful in Mary Kay because they are figuring out their way of connecting with people, and we all get to do that. So it's an important because we live in a world where we can think something because of what we see. That's why it can be kind of dangerous to just spend time watching lots of people because then our brain starts to think, oh, you need to do that to be successful. And it's just not true. So stay in your joy lane is what we're saying. Stay in your joy lane, your joy zone, your joy world, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Hallie, can you talk? Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Hallie, tell us something that was fun about your week, Mary Kay wise. What went well? What do you feel good about?
Um, well, okay, so not this. Well, yeah, okay. Trying to think. The last 2 weeks, I'm gonna do that because it's kind of a whole thing.
Okay.
So I had 4 or 5. So my life has been absolutely insane. And so, I'm not able to prioritize this obviously as much as I want, but still trying to get, short orders, small orders here and there, trying to still reach out, keep the people that, were at my grand opening um still connected. So I was able to catch up on all of them and see how their skin was doing, how they felt. And so that was just really nice. And then from that, I was able to place 3 orders and then a pending order for this week. So that's super exciting.
It is. It is so, Hallie, it's so fun. In the midst of Hallie's in her let's try to graduate college and work another job and actually 2 other jobs.
Yes.
And get to like your real adult life where this student slash work slash everything. And so I love, Hallie, that you are learning how it fits into the little cracks and crevices of time. That
That
is
is true because every single moment of my life is accounted for. And so if you do not schedule a second with me, you're not going to get it until Sunday.
yeah. Hallie's poor new husband is like, do I get some time in the schedule?
I know. Oh
My
gosh.
goodness. Well, you guys, it is so I was on a director meeting today and with Jill Davis, National Sales Director, and she was the one that encouraged all of us to make sure we were paying attention to what went well in our business. When we do these calls, we have like tons of different directors, and you do recognition, and some people have great months, and some people don't have great months, and sometimes you're in between. And she goes, "Don't think for a second." These were her words. She goes, "Don't think for a second that you suck at Mary Kay." That's what she said. She said, "Everybody, you guys, you have to find a place where you have won." She goes, "If you showed up today, and just like all of you that showed up tonight, you are a champion because you have, like in your brain said, for 1 hour, I'm going to show up and I'm going to commit to being with my people and learning and stretching my brain. You already are a champion for showing up. That is a huge deal." And so she encouraged us today to remember to pay attention to what went well, even if it's like one little thing from the week. That is so helpful to our brain. Well, the other thing that I want to do, and I don't know if I'm going to show you this video or not, but you guys, I want you all to experience a win in the next 5 minutes of time. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to all mute you're all muted, so that's great. And what I want you to do is I want you to think of, Faith talked about when she started reaching out to her customers, her low-hanging fruit, like the ones that like, you always know you're going to call them and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I probably need something." And they order $50. So somebody in your life, like low-hanging fruit, and we are going to call them on the phone and let them know I have new spring product coming out. When I get it in my hands, would you be willing to share your face and your opinion? Okay, so we're going to call somebody on the phone and say, hey, the new Mary Kay spring product is launching and I'm doing some test panels. Would you be willing to share your face and your opinion when I get it in my hands? Aaron, yeah, you got it? Do you have a question or no? You got it. Okay. All right. So we're going to stay on screen, or I just want you to but stay muted, and we're going to call. We're going to call. We're going to call for 5 minutes. So if you get a voicemail, just go to the next person. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. I'm doing it too. We're all doing it at the same time. Okay. Everybody understand the words? Okay. All right. Okay, great. Here we go. 5 minutes. I will wave everybody back. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay. All right, everybody. You all just made at least one phone call, right? Yeah. Are you guys on calls right now? No, you're not. Everybody's off. Okay. All right. So I want to wrap up. I want to hear, um, did anybody get a hold of anybody? What happened in the last 5 minutes? Go ahead, Faith.
I left two voicemails because they did not pick up,
Okay.
and they were fun. I can entertain myself, people. That's great. I The third phone call dropped before voicemail picked up. Like it picked up and it sounded like someone, like it sounded like blank.
Mm,
So it hung up. So I texted her that I tried to give her a ring, but the call dropped. So
okay.
I have three attempts, and then my Aunt Sue texted me and needed one, two, three, four, five, six products. So I bounced over to the sale at that point.
Uh-huh. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. All right. Who else? Who else left messages or had an actual person? What happened? Go ahead, Erin.
I left two voicemails, and then one is a lady that we've been trying to find time to connect for a facial from one of our pop-ups that we did, Beth.
No.
And so I invited her to the thing on the 14th, and she was going to check with her husband because they didn't know if they were going to go to their son or their grandson's whatever game. So anyway, she may be coming there, and if not, we'll just set up a time for a one-on-one because we've been trying to figure it out since the snowstorm and everything else. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Awesome.
that's where I'm at.
Good. Fantastic. All right. Lynn or Hallie, any calls, any contacts, any voice messages?
Yes, I did get a hold of my mom,
Hey, great.
and we're gonna try out the new line once I get it. So
Awesome.
it's very exciting.
Awesome. Isn't that fun? You guys, you start with somebody that you know you're going to get a win with because it fuels you. That is such a smart thing to do. So I love it. I love it. Lynn, how about you? Make any dials? Leave any voice messages? What happened on your end? Oh, you're muted, Lynn.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Ah,
Okay. So I left two voice messages and I text two people because if I get on the phone with them, I will be on it for a half hour.
I
So
know,
I had
right. I
to
know. Yeah. Yep.
so I had to text them.
Yeah. I know. I know. One of mine that picked up was very good friend of mine from when we were first married and we're godparents to her oldest son. And I'm like, why did you call Amy? This was such a dumb idea because now you have to like cut the conversation short. I'm like, Amy, I'm so sorry if a couple more people anyway, but yeah, same thing, Lynn. Like, right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, all right, so here's the thing. We just took 5 minutes. It's been, I think, 8 minutes since we started, and we all made phone calls we probably would not have made if we wouldn't have just said, right now we're getting on and we're doing it, right? Like that like power of just 5 minute little windows. It's so, so powerful. I last week I had Brooke, my daughter, as the guest speaker. I recorded it. If you guys haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it because she talked about her job where she has to make 25 phone calls every day. She's in fundraising, and she talked about tips that she does to get herself focused. But she said at the end of the year, have sprint sessions, and they do it at the end of their fiscal year. But they have a sprint session where they have a goal to do 100 asks of $100, something like that. But they are all like in a room together doing it at the same time. And they're like encouraging each other at the same time. So I thought, you know what? We're going to have these little short little sprint sessions from time to time when we're together because I want all of us to feel a win when we get off because I feel more excited about my business when I've had a win. Even if I've heard a fantastic speaker, if I had a win, then game on. Here we go. So I'm going to close with a quote from an Olympic person because it is the Olympics and I love the Olympics. So this is from Lindsey Vonn. If any of you follow anything Olympics, Lindsey Vonn is a skier. She was making a comeback. She's 41 years old. She is incredible, like this big comeback Olympic story. She's had a great year. A week ago at training run, she tore her ACL and she decided she's still gonna race. She's still gonna do it. She like, brace and all the things. So yesterday, I was up very early in the morning. I'm like, I'm watching it live and I'm watching it. And she's like, they're showing her close up on the face. Or like 90 seconds. She's like, 90 seconds. I can do anything for 90 seconds. Well, you know what? She couldn't because she made it 15 seconds down the hill. Her arm got like wrapped around one of the gates. It had nothing to do with her knee. It had to do with like the way her arm went. The gate, like it flipped her in the air and she landed and shattered her tibia 15 seconds into the race. So she's done. Like they airlifted her. You guys, you should, oh my gosh, it was insane. Like lifting her up in this bag, crazy. But this is what she posted today. And this is our inspiration. And this is why I love the Olympics. She said, while yesterday did not end the way I had hoped, and despite the intense physical pain it caused, I have no regrets. Standing in the starting gate yesterday was an incredible feeling that I will never forget. Knowing I stood there having a chance to win was a victory in and of itself. I also knew that racing was a risk. It always was and always will be an incredibly dangerous sport. And similar to ski racing, we take risks in life. We dream, we love, we jump, and sometimes we fall. Sometimes our hearts are broken. Sometimes we don't achieve the dreams we know we could have. But that is also the beauty of life. We can try. I tried, I dreamt, I jumped. Lindsey Vonn, would I have made that same choice? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't really matter. But what she will never wonder is if she could have. She went for it and she didn't end the way she wanted. And so I want to just encourage you this week as you move into your week to find those small moments where you are making little acts of courage and you are stepping into those small little moments where you can experience a win. Because in our world, we might get a booking, we might get a sale, or just the fact that we showed up is the win in and of itself. Just like Lindsay said, just the fact that I was able to stand in the starting gate knowing that I was willing to go for it was a win in her mind. And so we can all do that. So that's my cheers for you this week. I can't wait to see you back here next week to hear what went well in all of your small little moments of being courageous this week. So thanks you guys for showing up. Happy product launch week. And let's go share it with everybody. Woohoo! Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.